This is Investor Ideas, and we are talking today with Stephen Alfers, Executive Chairman, President, and CEO of Pershing Gold Corporation, a publicly listed company on the NASDAQ and TSX, trading under the symbol PGLC. Pershing Gold is an emerging gold producer whose primary asset is the Relief Canyon mine. Steve, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you, Sam. I appreciate your interest in Pershing Gold Corporation.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. So the company just announced news on a positive preliminary feasibility study, or PFS, for Relief Canyon in Pershing County, Nevada. Can you tell us a little bit about the property and its history?
Yeah, I'd be glad to. The Relief Canyon project lies in the Pershing Gold and Silver Trend in Nevada. It's along the western range front of the Humboldt Mountain Range there. It is in north central Nevada, between the mining towns of Winnemucca and Lovelock. It's very accessible to Reno, Nevada. The Relief Canyon mine was discovered along with many of the other mines in the 80s and 90s in that trend. We lie along a trend of a number of mines. A couple of those operating now, and a couple of those are under development. Our project at Relief Canyon is to take this mine and to restart the mine. It was mined successfully, most recently in the late 80s by Pegasus. Subsequent to that, others had acquired the project and made some significant investments in the property that provide a great benefit for us in the hands of a company called First Gold in the early 2004, 5, 6. That company successfully financed the complete reconstruction of the processing facilities there. That company fell on hard times and eventually lost that project. We acquired the asset with that really first-class processing facility in 2011, late 2011, 2012, we began putting together the company Pershing Gold. So that's our history. The asset package there is the Relief Canyon mine, the Relief Canyon processing facility, and we have been able to acquire some 40 square miles of mining claims and mineral rights, private mineral rights between our border with Coeur Mine's Rochester project all the way south to the end of the Humboldt Mountain Range. We now control a number of old mining districts there, and as part of our project for the company and future growth of the company, our main mission is to push Relief Canyon to positive cash flow in the near term, and to continue to explore and look for either satellite mine opportunities or new discoveries in our 40 square mile land position. So that's Relief Canyon, and that's Pershing Gold.
Great. Can you take us through some of the highlights from the PFS?
First, I want to invite attention to the reserves and resources that were announced in the geology sections, chapters of the pre-feasibility study. What we have here is a proven and probable reserve of 635,000 ounces, and that's backed up by nearly 200,000 ounces of measured, indicated, and inferred resources. The significance of that is in the operation of this mine, the fact that we have a nice, healthy M&I resource that backs up the reserve indicates there's some low-hanging fruit for significant growth as we continue to convert resources to reserves. In addition, when we last did a detailed economic analysis of the company, that analysis was expressed in our preliminary economic analysis some 15 months ago. And in that preliminary analysis, we had marching orders that came out of that to evaluate some very important technical and engineering issues for us that needed to be resolved before this project was ready to put into production. And one of those, we needed to make a decision about whether we would procure mine equipment ourselves and operate the mine as in a self-mining scenario, or whether we would pursue a contract mining situation that essentially outsources a limited amount of the mining work, but mainly the procurement of the equipment. So that economic analysis of that decision was made in this PFS and it's well articulated there. What we've been able to do is because of a very attractive contract mining situation today in Nevada, where we'd be leaning toward, and our economic models in the PFS presume that we would be contract mining. With the resultant really pretty modest mining costs and modest capital costs necessary to start the mine. The second major decision that was teed up, and the work that was done around that becomes the last of the highlights I want to call to your attention now. And that is whether we should crush and agglomerate all of the material in this mine as we prepare it for leaching and extraction of the gold, or should we forego the crushing of a significant portion of the ores to treat in a less costly way. The trade-offs in that kind of analysis are crushing entails a little more operating and processing costs, and run a mine treatment usually means you sacrifice some of the recoveries that you would otherwise achieve through a crush and agglomerating system. We did extensive metallurgical work, metallurgical testing, and the recommendations coming from our engineering firm QPs on this project were that we should crush and agglomerate everything. The upshot of that is it changes somewhat our capital profile for our initial capital, but still well within the reach of what we can accomplish on our balance sheet out there, but it yields much higher recoveries for us. So we think we've come up with a mine plan in this PFS that optimizes the production from the Relief Canyon project that is evaluated here. That gives us a six-year mine life with a quite high production rate, producing something between, call it 94,000 ounces a year over that mine life or higher, with a very attractive all-in sustaining costs and cash costs, all-in sustaining costs in the low 800s and cash costs in the mid 700s. So it looks like it's a very robust, very attractive project. Those are the highlights, Sam.
Steve, thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to a follow-up with you following your next major news announcement. InvestorIdeas.com reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website. All investment involves risk, and this podcast is not meant to be an endorsement to buy or sell securities or products. To hear more podcasts, you can go to www.investorideas.com/audio. And a reminder, you can also hear our podcasts on iTunes, Google Play Music, TuneIn, and Stitcher. For more information on Pershing Gold, visit www.pershinggold.com. For disclosure purposes, Pershing Gold is a PR, news, and social media featured company on InvestorIdeas.com.